I'm really excited about her going into some training and doing, you know,
Good
now
job.
we could go get free coffee.
Donuts.
And we have Nate, who made the decision to move to New York to pursue his dream. And we're really proud of that, although we really miss him. And I keep thinking, oh, I wish he lived here. But, yeah, and then I'm coming back around to doing some more over there, but I'm going to start over there. So Miss Cammie, who is so talented. I mean, what we see here is this talent from Cammie and everything that she just puts together so nicely. And we have Miss Matlin, who is now serving the best, right? And getting
and learning from the best.
Miss Hillary, right? Yeah, and doing that work. And Haley, who is going to become a sailor.
Swabby. Can't wait till that crosses the line.
No, there are sailors in the family that maybe could, help you out.
We love that.
Yeah, you'll love that.
Yeah, it might be a
And Miss Hannah, who is really getting through her first year and doing her thing. And I think we're going to see an article someday, and she's going to talk about how wonderful it is to be charitable. That's your first article, right? Okay. I knew that's what was going to happen. And we have Miss Jillian, who we did stuff for animals and Frisbee. I still can't believe they paid competitive Frisbee.
Top 10.
I mean,
Yeah.
only the best. Only the best.
Yeah. And we have Mike, who you just came into this family. And thank you, Mike, because look what you did for us, right? I know. And we're grateful for that. And how much fun it was to watch you go through your change of commands and all that good stuff. And we have Miss Karen, who is now, doing her thing for the Queen of Angels Hospital.
Queen of the Valley.
Queen of the Valley.
Queen of
Well,
Angels
maybe an
sounds
angel.
way better.
I like that.
You got to work on that.
Queen of
Yeah, Queen of
Angels,
Angels.
yeah.
Change that
You
name.
submit a name change.
The
That's
Queen-
all you
get
have
the
to
Queen
do.
of Angels.
Yeah.
He'll help you with the paperwork.
Yeah.
We can file that for you.
Yeah, yeah, we can file that for you. Maybe if we have some time, maybe in the next month or so, right?
Never mind. Tell it yourself.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
We'll send you the
We'll
forms.
send you an email, tell you how to do it, right? And then we have Joe, who started with the Gasser Foundation and tried to show them how to make money, right?
Cut.
Right? And has been, really been part of Napa, and he and Karen and their family been so much part of Napa up there. And we got some more work for you. Tomorrow night we're going to talk about maybe taking this up to Napa. So. Oh, yeah.
What? Is she?
Wait, what?
She's got a plan?
Yeah.
Has she told you?
look at
Okay, yeah.
that.
You just tell me what to do.
What to do.
Well, that's new.
They're finding out for the first time.
And my friend Kathy, who, has been so much a part of San Marcos for such a long time and really has been doing this with me for a very long time. But, we've done she first got me really involved with the Panorama Teen and Family, and then I saw how much fun it is to be around charitable things, and I love that. And then we have Miss Karen over here.
Janet.
Janet.
Oh!
Kind of like
All right, start again.
she's leaving tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
This is, but really, seriously, the thing about Janet is that this is Mike's goddaughter, for those of you who didn't know
Yes.
that, right? My godfather.
You couldn't have a better godfather.
Careful, what's he packing?
And the thing I remember most is when Mike and I got married, and she had this little hat on and this little purse, and she was this little girl. And she's still here.
Yeah.
Terrific. And it was really, when we talk about having family here. And the one person that we really did want was Janet, not Karen. But we won't talk about
Hey, you can't say that. No offense, that's right, all the phones are on the
Except for
table.
the
Yeah, all the
good
phones are on the
Karen.
table.
Changing my name to Kitty.
They're as close in age as Tony and Joe. That's why we get mixed up.
Yeah, right. We just get all mixed up, right? But that's what happens when you get old. Well, and then we have Patrick.
Wait a minute,
And then we have Patrick.
you just skipped 2 people.
No, they did empower me up.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
you
that's what we
that
got.
right.
We got
Okay.
empower me up. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have Patrick, who had the good fortune to live with us.
With everybody. With everybody.
And then he moved away, right? And then he moved away.
Oh.
But Patrick put up with a lot of things that we did and didn't do, so we're really grateful for that.
And vice versa.
And then we have Sean, and Sean, I am so grateful for that right there. And that's Daniel, down there. Who's really fixed everything for us. Hey Daniel, hello. Okay. And so Sean is here, doing the photography. And Sean is always, I remember when we did one family thing, and Sean gave us a blessing every night. You guys remember
Yes.
that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that.
Oh, I remember
Sean
that.
yeah.
was in charge of that. So,
I do remember that.
yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And I think I got everybody else. Did I get everybody else?
I think you missed Michael. Yeah.
This guy right here.
How about that guy?
What about him? Well, this guy put up with me going to school and going to school and going to school, right?
And going to school.
Good answer, Grandpa.
And years. And he just plain put up with me, right?
It's because I love you.
No. We love you too, Grandpa.
Okay?
Other than I love you,
Yeah.
I love you.
Brevity
That's
is an art form.
But seriously, though, when I think about the family and I think about the things that are important to me, it really is what all of you bring into this group here. And I just, I just want this to be a better world because of us. And I think we're all making some contribution to do that. And I'm really grateful, and I'm really glad we're here. Are you glad we're
I
here?
agree.
Still here.
Yeah, okay. What about Tony?
I'm your favorite daughter. What? Oh, sorry. That was
Empower
my
me.
outside voice.
Empower me.
Well, what you don't know about Tony.
There's a lot of stories.
Whoa, this is going to be long.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Where do I start? No, but Tony, as my law partner, has really put up with trying to keep things together.
Wow.
Well, I've sort of done crazy things like falling and doing a bunch of other things. But really, one of the joys is watching her with the Empower Me Up stuff and working with the kids and really with the clients. She'll say, we should do this, we shouldn't do that. And then the client calls, oh yeah, we'll do this, right? And just that, for me, having a law practice and having the feeling I have about my clients, most of them, we do have a few. We do have a few, but most of them, and just knowing that somebody who's coming in and would do for my clients what I would love to do, and I just am really grateful for that, so. And I'm going to try to build this week, honest, I will.
All right. Yeah. Here's the building. Here's the building.
Billing! Nothing happens without billing.
Yeah. Cheers. 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 Yeah.
Anybody, I'll turn it over to the MC.
He doesn't like attention, so.
Okay.
I really kind of stink at
He
this.
hates telling stories.
Okay, Buford.
Yeah,
Well, thank you very much.
Buford Tea
I would,
Petroleum.
it's Buford Petroleum.
Yes.
It's look at Karen looking at me right now. It's Buford Petroleum, managing director of the Jet A Fuel Spirits Company. And it is such a pleasure to be here this evening on this special event honoring Barbara and Valentine.
There.
and some soul out there in, was that in South Dakota?
Trail City.
Trail City
City,
decided
South
that
Dakota.
Valentine was not a rightful name for this fine man. Decided to call him Mike.
Much
Yay.
easier.
But what I want you to know is, like, Valentine is such a great name for my dad because he really is, he really embodies, love.
Yeah.
Like everything I think about, everything I think about my father and the way that he does things, he's always been about love. He's been about love for Barb. He's been about love for me. That's really good. And my sister Tony. And then the wonderful thing that I've always loved about the two of you is how you've always had open arms for people in your life, for people to come into your home and to take care of them. So that's what I've always admired about you. Like, really.
Really?
So the thing that I think would be really interesting is, so if you, it's a special night tonight. It's not 40 years, it's 60 years that you all been together. Karen, I want you to know that Karen corrected me on that.
I wasn't even there.
See, but she has such a powerful force of nature that she can correct me, even if she's not in the place where it actually happened. So the thing that I think would be really fun is if you, this is completely spontaneous, but, we've been together for a long time. And then if you think back about, your life and then how it's worked with Barb and Valentine, Barb and Mike, Barb and Valentine, what are your favorite memories, that we've done together as a family, or what you remember most about any kind of interaction that you've had with, Mike or Barb, over time, and what you'll carry with you moving forward. I think that'd be really fun to just kind of think about and then share with people here at the table. And I know I just sprung this on you. So those of you that are out of the gate early, go get them. Oh, we got 2 takers already. Go ahead.
Mine goes all the way back to marrying this beautiful lady next to me, and the story she told.
Oh, yeah.
How about a kid? Come on.
And the story.
There you go. Come on. Yeah, all right.
And the story about the wedding. I just absolutely, Tony, to this day has never watched our video, the wedding. But so many stories and so accepting of everybody. But, Barb and Gigi getting stuck on the fire escape. Just... So, anyway,
Janet, it was a comedy of errors. It was hysterical.
But we're still together.
Everything. Yeah.
But in all seriousness, Tony tells me the story of bless you, Mike. Telling Tony, it's okay, man. We can walk away if you want.
He looks at me and he smiles and he says, I love you. And I'm here with you. And if this is not what you really, really want, I am fine and we can walk away. Dad, I'm good.
So I feel accepted.
Woo. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Patrick.
All right, so I have a couple that kind of come to mind. So, number one, not to steal someone else's thunder, but I think all of us here had such amazing supportive parents, specifically amazing supportive fathers, you know. Thank you, Dad. I love you. I appreciate you. I know it's tough at times, but anyway, my mom didn't have that. And as Joe was saying, like, you being so accepting and taking them in, and when I hear about stories about my mom's childhood and knowing that she like had so much adversity, and you're like, you are her father, like, that just means so much to me because she didn't get that, and I just feel for her so much. So thank you so much for being there for my mom. That means so much to me. And then I think the other thing too is the family vacations, right? Like the summer vacations or the trips, the Christmas trips. Because when I think about it, like, we went to Philadelphia, we went to San Francisco, we went to, you know, Tahoe, we went to all these places. And of course, we're going to go and see like all of the, you know, touristy places, right? But I don't actually remember any of the stuff that we really did that's supposed to be memorable in any of those places. But what I really remember are all of the like great times that we had together, right? Like, I couldn't tell you anything about the trip from San Francisco, but I can tell you I vividly remember those 10 minutes in the hotel room with Sean trying to figure out what the hell he fucking wanted to do at the time, right? So, and, you know, same thing about
Tahoe.
Philadelphia. I mean,
Tahoe.
what? And
Tahoe.
Tahoe, right? I mean, just all of those times where, you
Small
know,
belly.
I think it's so great that, you know, anything that you might have bought us, I would have long like lost interest, whatever, forgotten about, but like those memories I'll always have, and I really appreciate those times and your generosity in taking us out. And I guess the last thing I'll say is just like, it's funny how you reflect back on things as adults. And I remember in California, we'd have special pizza parties with grandma and grandpa and movie night, and they'd show up out of nowhere. It was a big surprise. I was like, hell yeah, fucking grandma and grandpa coming in clutch. And then to find out years later that my mom called them, was like, if you don't come get these fucking kids right now, right? It's like movie night. So, right. All right. I love you guys. Thank you.
So mine is not going to be as funny, so you guys can go ahead and have your drink already. All right. So Grandpa and Grandma, I absolutely adore you both. You know, Mom, Dad, I know you guys raised me as, you know, my son. And I also wanted to say that I appreciate you guys for being my second, you know, mom and dad. You guys have taught me so many things. You guys have done so many things for me. But the one thing that I remember most, and I think, Grandpa, this goes to you, so I'm going to put you on the spotlight. There were multiple occasions when I would go over to your guys' house when we were living here, when we were living elsewhere. And I remember that you would tell me, grab a plate, go get something to eat, come sit down, come enjoy, you know, eating coffee or, you know, drinking coffee with me. And now that I reflect on that, I realize that we don't stop and embrace what life has given to us, embrace what life has shown to us and done for us. And that to me speaks volumes, because as I grew up, I just kept going and going and going. And I'm like, you know, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? And I never reflected. But when we sat down to eat, I always reflected on what we have done, what we are doing, and what we should be doing together. And I think that is the best memory of you, and even you, Grandma, because even you did the same thing. You said, let's go ahead and sit down and let's talk together and all that. And I think that speaks so much to me, because I see that in all of you guys. You know, all of you guys will sit down and say, you know, let's eat something, or let's, you know, talk together, or let's, you know, enjoy a story. And I think that's just indicative of the Fisher and the Mara family, and even the Gervais family and the Ritchie family. We take the time out of our family to sit down and enjoy moments together so that they become memories. Because at the end of the day, when you think about life, it's a reflection of memories throughout your entire life. And I think that's the biggest thing to take away from this, is you guys have set that in us and imposed that in us that the more we do that, the more stories we have to share, like the story at Squaw Valley, or when we went to San Francisco. All these stories are indicative of those moments, because instead of worrying about what to do, we're worrying about what we are doing and where we are.
Very
So
good.
yes,
Yeah.
that's my story.
It's funny now.
The whole
Very quickly, on behalf of all the grandkids, biggest thank you in memory. You built the barn.
I love my grandma and grandpa. They built me a barn.
And I never
Something's
ever
never
got
changed.
any weird looks from kids when I'm like, yeah, I'm living in a barn. And they're like,
It's a nice barn. It's got an N64.
yeah, 64 guys, best games, so cool. There's 2 lofts.
All the years of playing Pokemon. Remember that?
Oh yeah. But another thing, of course, that I loved and really enjoyed, which seems weird to admit, was coming up. It's 2016. Patrick brought up the giant pizzas. We're debating political parties and who to vote for and what propositions, because all of us kids have no idea which ones to vote for, but we're secure behind other things. Thank you for that. Those are always great memories. Those nights of figuring out which bubbles to write in. It feels terrible to say I have no idea who the local affiliates are. Grandma does, though. Grandma definitely does. Thank you. But those memories, because, you know, I feel like everyone else has covered already so many great bases already. Those are also something that I deeply remember and I think fondly of, is those nights about, you know, debating with each other over things, and also just bonding during those seasons. Yes, it was. I'm glad we got you on that one. It was a hard fight, but we got you there. It was a hard debate. Thank you for that one, Grandma.
We don't know how she voted.
She said she voted yes. I'll be alive.
Well, it doesn't matter how she voted.
I don't remember that.
She pleads the
no
fifth.
recollection of that conversation.
I cannot recall.
Spoken like a true politician. I do not recall my position of 5 years ago. But thank you so much. There's so many memories that go beyond that we've all shared. And I know, Jasmine, you want to be included, but Grandpa does. I know. But thank you so much, the both of you. I mean, none of us would be here without you two. That goes without saying, but yeah.
So obviously Patrick talked about the family trips, but I actually was talking to my mom about it fairly recently. I had an event where we worked at the Air and Space Museum. So as I'm leaving the Air and Space Museum, it's totally closed, and I'm sitting in it like all by myself. I'm so sorry, I'm PMSing, so I'm a little emotional. But I'm in the museum totally by myself, and I'm kind of like taking in like all of this, like it's incredible. And then I just am reminded of the trip that we had when we spent the night inside the Air and Space Museum, and the experiences that you have given us together are so incredible. And like when I tell my friends about the roar and snore where we slept inside the zoo and the Air and Space Museum, my friends are so jealous because, like Patrick said, like they maybe got toys and things from their grandparents and stuff, but you have given us like memories that like will last a lifetime. And so I still to this day take those moments where I remember, like I reflect on my childhood, and it's so incredible, and I just thank you guys so much.
I feel like as the last married child, I need to go. So first of all, you guys are both so funny. I love that about you. Grandpa, I steal your jokes still to this day. I reuse them. They're awesome. But not a memory I remember, but I get told about it all the time. It's like when you found out you were having your first granddaughter, You bought the pinkest, frilliest dress you could find, and I love you, Grandpa. I love you, and you love us, and that just means so much to all of us. I love you. That's it.
So I'm not going to stand, but there's been a lot of adversity in my life, and everything that I keep looking back on when there were that really challenging time is Barb and Mike were both there. When I was in the hospital and they were about to take off one of my toes, they were actually boarding an airplane to come back to San Diego, and they turned around and left the airport and came to the hospital. And when I found out that I had kidney disease, Barb didn't hesitate. She was there. They both were right away, and they came up and they took care of me. And they have been in that moment that I've needed them most from a young child. And I think about, I don't remember it really, but Barb will remind me every now and then the time we went to Nia Bay and I had a stomach ache and Grandpa carried me all the way back to the car on his shoulders, piggyback ride all the way back. And then I get back to the car and all of a sudden I'm feeling so much better and joyous and everything.
Everybody except for Grandpa.
But, it's like when Barb and Joe, they showed up over on Vashon, and they came over to get me and Cammie because we were going camping, and they were driving the Volkswagen Beetle, and we managed to put me, Cammie, Joe, and Barb, and 2 bicycles inside the Beetle, and brought it back to Seattle from Vashon. I mean, that was
That's crazy shit.
Yeah. All the
clown car
trips, and and then when I went to live with them in Virginia, and Tony immediately accepted me as her brother. Everywhere we'd go, she'd introduce people as my brother. This is my brother. And I never really had that. I had it with Cammie, but that was it. And but they have always been there. And I got to tell you, I really understand what love is, because if I ever did anything wrong and Mike wanted to get me back, when we change out his bag, he has to hold one end of the tube. And I'm in a very precarious spot. Let it go, Grandpa. Let it go.
That's a hose go.
You can name it Gold Stream wherever you want.
Michael, you're giving him ideas.
But I love you guys. I love you so much.
I would like to add to that story. We got back in the car, and Mike and I are driving, and all 4 kids are in the back seat sleeping, and we're saying, oh, we're going to get back to the campground, we can take a nap. When we got back to the campground, they were wide awake.
I think that was a year Barb said, I'm not sure I like camping. Was that year?
I said, I'm pretty sure I don't like it.
And there's one thing I want to add on, and that's Hannah. A lot of times I always get discouraged because I don't think I'm being the best parent for Hannah. And I'm always impressed because Barb's always like in the moment, be there in the moment. And when you guys have to have been here for the last 2 months and see everything that's been going on at the center. And it is, she comes home and she is exhausted, just flat out exhausted. But when you guys go tomorrow to see the play, you're going to see the great stuff that the center does. And it's attributed to Barb. It really is. And, she may have help with Joe and the Staples Foundation, but she brings the support to that place. And I think you deserve the credit for riding that ship.
Thank you.
You've done a great job.
All right. So I just wanted to take a few minutes before I talk about my remembrances. to thank Cammie for a great vision. Michael, Michael for putting all this together. I mean, it came out awesome.
Yeah, but I had help.
I was glad to help, but somebody's got to have the picture, and you can see it all like came out great. Total team effort. Everybody pitched in, and to me, that's one of the most gratifying things of this little event is that everybody had a hand in it, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
My favorite memory I wanted to share is, I think it's even gone now, but the little driveway.
Yeah.
Making that crazy herringbone pattern. And sorry. When you finally had enough confidence in me to let me scribe the lines to cut the driveway.
That's how you know. You made it right.
And he would chop away and we would go. So anyway, thank you.
It's the little things. Let me
It's
tell
the
you.
little things.
It's the little
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like taking the bride. The little things.
Look, we love Dan, but we're Team Tony. For life, homie. For life, homie.
Wait.
Don't you ever forget that.
He understands the chain of command.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right. Team Kitty.
All right.
Kitty.
My turn.
Kitty's
Team
turn.
Kitty.
One of my favorite memories is actually I was laying in a hospital bed with my feet up on bed rest, waiting for my babies to come. And
Worth the wait.
Actually, you guys were flying from Seattle and supposed to go straight home to San Diego, and they made a pit stop in San Francisco because it was unexpected. And Joe, by that time I was stabilized and I was just laying there waiting for something to happen. I felt fine, no pain, and very comfortable. But we had heard the story about names. So Barb had.
Oh yes, you are about to be shamed. Yes, rightfully so.
Barb had a reputation for about baby names. So as the story goes, when Cammie was pregnant with Sean, she mentioned.
I think it was me, right? Or was it
something about
me? Yeah.
Liking, or was Patrick? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, but mentioned something about liking the name Spencer.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, Barb did not like the name Spencer, and she then mailed Cammie a baby name book and crossed out the name Spencer. And I was like, whoa, that is super passive aggressive.
Right. But also think about how much work went into that. You know, it's a lot of follow through. You gotta go buy the book, cross out the name, bring it to the post office. You know. Hey, and Grandma.
Hey Spencer, do you love us?
Thank you.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
So Patrick thanks you, yes. But so in a hospital room those days, you had a whiteboard. And typically on the whiteboard, they put the nurse's name as they're changing out, call, whatever, whoever the doc. We were at a teaching hospital, UCSF. So Joe and I were like, Mike and Barb are coming. Yeah, we got some names. And we did not know whether
Because you know, Barb's gonna go. So, have y'all thought about names? You know the question is coming, and now we got to be ready.
So we drew a little T-square because we did not know it was 2 girls, 2 boys, one of each, whatever. And we started just writing down some names, and it was like Fanula.
My favorite boy name is my favorite name is Cletus Rockford.
Cletus
Rockford.
And we have this list going.
As you can tell, the game was, let's see if we could freak out Barb.
Yes, oh my God, right. Mom goes, so have you thought about names? Oh yeah, we've been thinking really hard about it, and we have them on the whiteboard for you.
Brutus and Cletus, in case it was 2 boys.
I like that. It's like the Will and Jill, but guys.
But to her credit,
No,
she zipped it because, you know, like with a daughter-in-law, it's a little dicier. You're kind of treading on a little bit, you know.
She's political.
Nuance.
She's political. She plays a game, you know.
She's like,
Those are interesting names. I go, yeah, Mom, we could call Cletus Rock. Wouldn't that be great? Rock Fisher.
So, when's this baby due and how much time do we have to change your mind?
I gotta find a book.
Yeah. Cletus wasn't in it though.
So, anyway. That was
probably
super fun,
scratched out.
and that we had our fun doing that. So, but I think the fact that you showed up is exemplary of what everybody else has been talking about. If we had at a moment's notice, I feel like you guys would always be there for us, no matter what. And I've always felt that way about being part of the family. Anybody, you know, here, and that comes from the top. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Speaking of being there at a moment's notice, I remember one night on the baseball field.
Yes,
Oakton
yes,
High
my
School.
favorite story.
I love this.
My favorite story. I'm so glad Tony's telling this one.
Oh, we all know. Yeah.
This is the best story.
No, we peeled out on the baseball field. That's where the car got stuck.
Oh, that story.
That is a beautiful story.
That's a great story. It's such a
Okay,
perfect.
please continue.
It's my favorite one.
What you may not understand about my father is he certainly is like Grace under pressure. Now, let me be clear. When you did something as a youngster that was not approved of, you would get the unibrow.
Oh, I remember. Jumping bed to bed in the hotel, you get the unibrow.
You never really got the harsh words.
Right. The unibrow said everything you
I
needed
gave
to know,
him
you
lots
know?
of experience. You can thank me for this. And you know, seriously, he was like Grace under pressure. One of my favorite things, and this is kind of squirreling in another direction, was, you know, I remember we were getting ready to go to school and we were trying to eat breakfast, and there was that morning we had oatmeal and there was no milk.
Oh my God, the beginning of the best breakfast.
So he simply
His dad
looks at
comes
us.
up with this idea.
He's like, oh, well, have you ever had vanilla ice cream with oatmeal?
Is that where you got the idea?
Oh my gosh! The bomb! Didn't even freak out. Didn't even. Oh well.
Dairy's dairy.
I got the answer. This is great. So yeah. So we love his
His
Grace
audibles.
under
His
pressure
audibles.
and his you know, and he was definitely the chef. But yeah, I challenged him a lot.
Woo!
Yeah, well, yeah, you know. So the story is, this is when we were in Annandale, in the townhouse, and you know, we were crazy. We were in high school. And so a bunch of the neighborhood kids were like, let's go out. And this guy, Steve, had his mom's car. Let's go out.
It's
So
a
a bunch
Chevy
of us,
Malibu sedan.
yeah. So a bunch of us,
Serious flex.
And we had this great idea, the baseball field at the high school. Let's peel out on the baseball field. Well, it had been raining.
And do donuts.
Yes, do donuts. Who's
On the field.
Steve.
You gotta love the
I was
80s,
too
man.
young.
Oh, they were awesome.
Although that didn't necessarily stop me, but that's another story. So, we got stuck. And
Of course.
So Steve's like, "Don't worry, I'll call Joe. Joe will come pick us up."
This is before cell phones, by the way.
So he pulled. Yeah,
the house phone.
he calls the house phone from the payphone at the high school, and everything. Steve doesn't say a word. So, there's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of us sitting there. He's like, oh, yeah, no, I got a ride.
What time is this? Like 1:30 in the morning?
Yeah. Ring, ring. Yeah. Ring, ring. Yeah. Is Joe up? He answers the phone. Steve, what's wrong? Is Joe up? No, Steve, it's 1:30 in the morning. Something you need.
Shocker.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck at the high school. Okay, I'll come get you. Does Steve say one word to me? No. He's like, yeah, I got a ride.
That was on purpose, too.
Parents think she's nice sleeping down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Tony's sleeping at her friend's house.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Tony is sleeping at her friend's house.
See, I never got that part of the story.
So we're sitting there, and I see cars, and all of a sudden I see the Volare station wagon, and I'm like, and I look at Steve, and he goes, yeah, it's your dad. I'm like, oh,
Joe's
shit.
sleeping.
Yeah, Joe's still sleeping.
So Dad pulls up. I now am hiding behind the last person in line. We all go get in the car. I look up at the last one. Hi, Dad. I get in the car. I see this. Doesn't say a word. Doesn't lose his cool.
Grace under
Just go
pressure.
home. We all go home. I go to bed. The next morning, he had to come.
Yeah, so the next morning, he comes in there. We always had breakfast together in the morning. That was the one thing we did.
I think you didn't get ice cream that morning.
The idea. And I said, so how'd it go last night? He said, good. I said, well, who all was there? Oh, there was Steve and Tony. I said, Tony?
Yeah. And I just remember always being able to go talk to you about anything. And I know that my other friends did not have that relationship with their parents, and I could talk to any of them. Now, I avoided talking to Barb about politics, but
Good move. Good move.
Yes. But I do remember also, like in college, what am I going to do? How do I figure it out? What am I going to do? And, at the time I was a finance major. And I remember Dad coming over, and he kind of held my hand, and we're talking about it. And he goes, okay, listen. Just don't do accounting. He was an accountant.
That was love.
And I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, and I'm like, okay, why? And he goes, because it's really the same thing, Jay, and I know you just like to mix it up. And I don't think it would be for you. Okay, thanks, Dad. Love you.
Oh my goodness.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we got a flyover.
Look at that.
That's right.
Yeah, Buford, whatever over here.
Is he going for the?
All right. Anyone got anything else?
Does.
Oh no, sorry. I was gonna use the bathroom. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Will, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Mine is less of a specific memory, but more of just like thinking of when I was younger, every summer coming out here, going to Legoland, eating kicks in the blue glass bowls, having my kicks. That was like the treat. That was the best thing about San Diego, was coming over and having kicks at Grandma and Grandpa's house.
Wait a minute. I got
Twizzlers.
Wait a minute. I got kicks. I got kicks.
No, something else.
I got kicks in a blue bowl.
Just 1 minute.
Hold the nine.
Well, that,
Up on the top of the post. See it?
I'll go get it.
Hold
That
the
the
line.
other
I'm
thing
surprised.
is,
How come
I
those other
just
birds
have
haven't
to tell
flown
you
away?
that when they're telling
Because if they do,
stories,
they're dead.
I'm thinking, Tammy, that you and Mike sewing your prom dress.
Wait, what?
Yikes.
Sewing your prom
Sewing
dress?
your prom dress.
What?
What does that mean?
I don't think
You-
I helped out on that, did I?
No, wrong Mike.
Yeah, wrong one.
No,
Yeah.
no. My Tammy
is going to prom. She can tell the story. I'll go get the.
I spent all my money buying like fabric and the pattern and everything. And then
Oh, that's a
I was
nightmare.
too impulsive and I made it, and I did it wrong. I made it like the wrong, way. And so, Grandpa helped me work on my dress.
Grandpa helped you fix it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. But that's just one small little thing that and I love them not because they're my parents, but because they chose to be my parents, which is very different. And so I have my lifetime to thank them for, and it is very. And I have, they and grandparents to all of you, and that's been, I couldn't ask for more. I mean, so thank you so much. Thank
Cheers.
you.
Cheers.
I remember distinctly the day that I realized that I had a grandma and a grandpa and a granny Janny. I was like...
I didn't put it all together.
Same. Hold on. I said, who's grandma and grandpa? And they're like, well, technically that's your great aunt. And it just obviously you guys didn't treat us any differently, but I remember I was probably in middle school when I was like, wait. Why do I have two grandmothers?
What's a granny Janny?
Yeah. I don't understand what's happening.
Oh boy, that's a big question.
It's a rabbit hole.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, totally.
You want white? And now we have one big happy family.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
That's for
Well, it's been really nice to hear the stories, and it's so fun because when you guys were telling the stories, we remember even more of them.
Yeah.
And but we just had a good time.
That's what I remember. I remember the breakfasts, because dinners, as we were getting older and we were in high school and doing our own thing and they were both working, the family dinners were not there, but it was so important for them to have the time together.
And at birthdays, we had the Carvel ice cream cake
for
breakfast.
It was breakfast. So it was okay, we can't arrange dinner, but this is too important for us to be together. So let's do breakfast.
We used to put orange juice in wine glasses. Yeah. Those fun times. That's good.
So I remember when we were in high school.
And he never yelled at me. I just got this.
Yeah, you just got that. The funniest thing for me was this kind of meal planning in our house evolved.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how
They were
and
not
how Barb
necessarily nutritious.
how Barb as part of her continuing education program came home and announced that she was no longer going to cook dinner, that we had to figure it out 6 days out of 7. And Dad jumped in, and he was going to cover a number of days, but each of us had to figure out what we were going to do for each of the 4 days, and that was an amazing time. Culinary excellence.
French pizza, brownie stew.
I think
Wait, Tony was hot dogs, right?
There was like
Joe was white.
We all had
black.
nicknames.
Yeah.
What?
Brownies
She gave us nicknames.
We actually have to need to get together
Flash.
and figure out how it works.
Who was Fast Food Flash?
Michael was the fish stick.
Fish
Tell me about brownie stew.
Tony was brownie stew.
But I remember too that they had
Tammy was
Because I was a brownie and I learned it.
calamity Tammy.
Calamity Tammy. Because something always went wrong.
Yes.
Y'all sit it down a bit. Wham! There comes that one dish.
Oh, here's the
But it was
vegetable. Oh, here's the
all
steak.
of that.
Okay,
It
hold
was
on,
all
wait,
of
here's
that
the
early
potato.
work. It was all of that early work that enabled Cammy to basically rise to the precipice of being able to pull up culinary adventures all the time.
And I remember one time that they bought like a side of a cow.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Go to the bathroom. And they said you need to cut this into steaks. And so I've never seen it tenderloin before. I didn't know. So I thought it was supposed to be cut like into steaks. So I'm like, that's
Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
We ate so much. We had so many French bread pizzas. So many fish sticks.
And fish sticks and.
You remember honey buns? Yes, honey buns.
Yes.
For breakfast.
Do you remember the fried chicken that came in the freezer package?
Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
Sounds delicious.
We shared a lot of really very special dinners.
But I didn't cook for those 4 nights, I can tell you that.
Yes, I know. Yeah. And then when Dad would cook, we would go, "Oh my God, thank you." We get a really nice savory meal.
Since we are all talking about food and making things together, this kind of, is the same idea. But Grandpa, I can't tell you, when I go into the grocery store, your face instantly pops into my head, and I'll tell you why. I can't remember specifically what trip it was or what family gathering it was, but the entire memory of that trip or gathering that stood out to me the most was that we were all trying to figure out what we wanted for breakfast. And somehow you came up with this grand plan of sticking little sausages and croissant rolls together. And what did you call them? You called them pigs in a blanket. So now, every summer when we get together, that always seems to be the breakfast that brings everybody together.
Was that
And
how it
it's
started?
because you love to make them, everyone enjoys them, and it all brings everybody together in one same place. So, when I go to think of breakfast or when I go to pick out groceries, the first thing that pops into my head is, I know what Grandpa would have made if we had made breakfast, and that's pigs in a blanket. So when you guys ate them today or yesterday, I know that that's all indicative of, Barb and Mike's, support of us, because they always made sure that we were well fed. They always make sure we were well cared for and always supported. So, Mike, I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, let's have coffee and ice cream.
Yeah. Only 1 quart per person. Only 1 quart per person.
You mean half gallon?
Yeah. I said 1 quart per person.